Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube. This is North Star Roller Derby Season 18, bout number 2, the Bippity Boppity Brawl. My name is Owen Money, and I am so happy that you are all here with us this evening. Our first bout between the Bangers and the Violent Friends is very short coming. For that, we have a couple of things to talk about. First of all, we're on YouTube now. Pretty darn cool, I must say. Thank you all once again for joining us. We encourage participation in the chat. You need to be a subscriber in order to send messages and all that good stuff, so be sure to do that. We are very thankful for your subscriptions and all that other stuff that goes ahead and makes our little algorithm that much better. Go ahead and click on like on the video. Subscribe to the service, click the little bell so that you don't miss a single moment of North Star Roller Derby's high-flying, hard-hitting action. Yes, we are back at the historic Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum here in Falcon Heights. Thank you all so much for joining us. Why don't we begin by introducing a couple of teams. How about the Bangers? We've got number 42, A Girl Has No Name. Number 28, AK Slider. Number 99 is Archie Bumper. Number 402 is Bex Machina. Number 12 is Hannah. Number 14, Judgment Bay. Number 1300 is Katarina Hit. Number 80 is Kitten Boots. Number 314 is Rude Barb. Number 8, I think there's like an IT. I saw them all come out here with the custom. With the Foster system is alive and well here at North Star Roller Derby to make sure that everybody has enough skaters to be a competitive bout. So 8 IT, I think, is Trash Panda. 833 is Aaron Grievances, which is a top 10 derby name in my opinion. Number 622 is Killer. Number 9277 is Weevil Knievel. The bench staff is She Coli, Mythbusty, and Stabby Cat, all former Bangers. For the Violent Friends, we've got number 8, that is Batty Longlegs. Number 36 is Disco Scream. Number 227V is Electric Cutie. Number 15 is Daryl B. Blood. Number XOXO is Marlboro Dread. 009 Meatco Meat Sauce. Number 11 is Pop Roxy. Number 842 is Riff Tracks. 1066 is Sank Bite. Number 23 is Snarly Parker. Number 13 is Torrential Pain. Quad Zero, insert name here. Number 120 is All the Way Faye. And number 906 is Saucy. The bench staff, Jim Rat and Mo Rodder. Again, both former friends. They're the former skaters. I know that they're both excited to get back on the track at some point, but until then, they will be participating in as many ways as they possibly can, in this case, being the bench staff. Why don't we talk about our officiating crew for the evening? As soon as I'm able to hit these transitions. There we go. The officiating crew this evening is Bookum Dando, Dr. Dana, D-Rex, Enigma, Gal Jazeera, Murder Strut, Necronami Bomb, Phantom of the Whistle, Rinky Tink, Sear, Sauerkraut, The Mad Statter, Bippity Bop, Bippity, not to be confused with the Bippity. There's a explosive there that's a little bit different. Bippity Boppity Boom, Buck Hustle, Manny Shovitz, Spike Stompador, and Jakob the Swedish Ref. Thank you so much to our officials for allowing us to do our crazy fun hobbies that everybody so loves to watch. As you can see, we've got time to derby. That is 1 minute. We are running perhaps a little bit ahead of time, but we are going to be doing a Derby 101. It is on the schedule, at least. Speaking of the schedule, the 6 p.m. bout, we're going to be having the Bangers and the Friends, as I just mentioned. The second bout is going to begin approximately at 7:20. That'll be the Deltas and the Kilmores. After party is at Gabe's in St. Paul, so if you are listening to this and, feel like, meeting some of your favorite roller derby stars, you can pop on down to Gabe's after the bout and meet all of them and share a drink and fellowship and all that, fun, wholesome stuff. Again, so happy to have you here on YouTube.com. Absolutely loving all this stuff. Since we've got some time and I have ad copy, hopefully that picked up on the microphone, we'll find out. The galaxy level for our sponsors. Kim Monahan is your local Northwestern financial mutual advisor who believes that everyone deserves a financial plan and that the starting point of any financial conversation should be with you, your life, your family, your priorities, and your goals. You can connect with her at the vendor tables and learn more about how you can build a financial plan that prioritizes what is most important to you. Kim Monahan with Northwestern Mutual Financial. Another sponsor that we have here is Turbo Tim's. Anything automotive. Turbo Tim's has multiple auto repair locations in the Twin Cities and St. Paul and Northeast Minneapolis. Famous for their shop kitties, Turbo Tim's is also committed to supporting fun, innovative, and caring causes to improve the community for everyone. You can meet the kitty crew and more at turbotims.com. Tiffany D. Moore Consulting. Are you feeling stuck and frustrated with your job role, skills, or organization? Look no further than Tiffany D. Moore Consulting, where you can vent your woes while developing the skills, solutions, and confidence to navigate the challenges that drain your energy. Tiffany D. Moore Consulting focuses on improving leadership skills, team engagement, and overall organizational effectiveness. Visit TD Moore with 2 O's consulting.com to learn more. The P Fund Foundation is a proud partner with North Star Roller Derby. P Fund Foundation is the Upper Midwest's LGBTQ community foundation. Check out their website, pfundfoundation.org, to learn more about their scholarships for students and grants to non-profits. Thank you so much for our generous sponsors. Couldn't do it without you. If you are interested in giving to North Star Roller Derby, we do have our Everybody stopped. Everybody's so quiet. I feel bad because I'm talking. Oh, it's because the mic blew out. That's fine. So, yeah, if you feel like becoming a sponsor, please reach out to us. You can find any sponsorship links you need at northstarrollerderby.com. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, so say hello to your tax write-offs. And also say hello to the bangers who are just joining the track. I already mentioned them, but why not pull up that list of skaters one more time, because I didn't type this out for nothing. Triple 5 Super Hut. Oh, I see. The phosphorus system is throwing me some curveballs. That's fine. Everything's going to be fine. There's some folks on here that I had not anticipated, unfortunately, but that's okay. Looks like we've got A Girl Has No Name is also, well, A Girl Has No Name has always been a banger, but that looks like Baller, number 011. It also looks like we've got Aerial Assault skating for the bangers. Who is not on this list that I am seeing on the track? I think everything's okay. Again, let us know in the comments how everything's going, how the sound is, how that video looks. We are desperate for approval. Which, incidentally, is a local theater troupe that you should check out. They do original productions, singing, dancing, all theater all the time. Great production, great group of people. Check them out. So that is the banger introduction. Let's do a nice, smooth transition over to the Violent Friends. Violent Friends, as common as multiple repeat viewers know, they've always got something fun for the rollout. Looks like we've got some, we have a, what would you call that? It's a synchronized swaying, it appears. Yeah, there they go. They got it. That is a team in sync, ladies and gentlethems. Mo Rauter's outfit is something like a Carmen Sandiego by way of Spanish bullfighter. Not that bullfighting should be elevated, but that's probably not what she was going for. Yeah, I think that I'm looking at all of the Foster skaters out there, and everything matches up. So we're all good here. Foster skaters are quad zero. Insert name here, number 120 all the way Faye, number 906 Sussy. Actually, I don't see insert name here out there. But you know what? We in spite of having no baseball anything going on here, we do not shy away from the curve. Okay, so Mo was going for a more of a Michael Jackson look than a Carmen Sandiego thing. I'll apologize to her later. Don't worry. So with Derby 101 imminent, don't be shy. Post away in the comment section here with any comments, questions, concerns you may have about our humble little stream here. Looks like your jammer refs are going to be Manny Shevitz and Gal Jazeera. Bippity Boppity Boom, again with B's. No P's, B's only. Bippity Boppity Boom is going to be the outside ref along with Jakob and Enigma. Sauerkraut and Sear will also make up the pack refs for the inside. Again, can't thank our officiating crew enough. They actually raised on Give to the Max Day about $1,100 so that Dr. Dana, who has not had her hair cut in 25 years, has agreed to cut off 11 inches of her hair, 1 inch for every $100 that was raised, which is fantastic. So thank you so much for giving to the Max on Give to the Max Day on Thursday. I do know that a lot of the skaters had a lot of fun during the scrimmage at the end of the evening where you all got to pick and choose who got to do what crazy nonsense was going on out there. Derby 101 has begun, and I am going to remember to remove the Violent Friends graphic, excuse me. Thank you once again for joining us here at the Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum at the happiest place on earth, the Minnesota State Fair. We will be here for our next, well, including this one, 3 concurrent bouts, and afterwards we will conclude the season back in Shakopee at the Canterbury Downs at their happy event center with all of their happy staff. Not that anybody here isn't happy for, hosting us and all that good stuff. All right, so they're going to do Derby 101 one more time at speed. This is what really tripped me up last time I saw this happening. I had no idea what was going on. It may or may not surprise you that telling the guy on the stream what to do is not a priority because, I mean, what's the worst that can happen? All right, it looks like our first jammers, even after this is over, is going to be number 99 for the Bangers, and I had my sheet out here. Number 99 is going to be Archie Bumper, so Archie Bumper versus Batty Longlegs. All right, so we're going to find out which team is going to be doing what here as far as strategery goes. We're going to find out who's going to take the back, who's going to look for shoves, who's going to look for more jukes and all that good stuff. Right now, it appears that the Friends are attempting to take the rear position in the pack. Murder Strut is your jam timer. Five seconds is announced. Bout number 2 is underway. I lied to you. I am so sorry. It didn't take very long for the fibs to come out, and that is going to be the first fib is not the first jammer for the Bangers. The first jammer for the Bangers is going to be Katarina Hit, but Batty Longlegs was able to scoot by on the outside, making sure to maintain that side surfer rotation there, and Katarina Hit is approaching the back of the pack at speed, and that'll be probably 4 points. Ooh, 3 points for Katarina Hit, 1 point for Batty Longlegs. Despite getting lead jammer, you can still score points, as most of you probably already know. You can still score points when nothing else is going on and you're not the lead jammer. That's totally fine. Ooh, we got a Miko meat sauce jam here for the Violent Friends against Archie Bumper. Violent Friends are electing to form a diamond at the front of the pack. Archie Bumper takes a dive, a little bit of friendly fire there, even though the Friends had not actually engaged yet. So we got Sankbite, Snarly Parker, Marlboro Dread, and Pop Roxy out there for the Violent Friends. There goes Miko Meat Sauce taking a dive, but perhaps taking lead jammer status. We'll see how she does against, yep, that'll be Kitten Boots knocking her to the inside and delaying that lead jammer status such that Archie Bumper is able to attain it. Coming back around for a scoring pass. There is a star pass going to be attempted. Pop Roxy is going to go all the way back. Somebody is getting called for a penalty. It's going to be Archie Bumper going to the box. And this is an unexpected power jam for the Violent Friends. And Sankbite, once she got the hat on, she can score points. Crowd's getting into it. Love that. So this is going to be a slightly abbreviated power jam for the Violent Friends. The Bangers are missing. Ooh, that's a big hit by Kitten Boots, keeping Sank at bay. That's going to be a track cut penalty on Sankbite. So I guess we're going for the full 2 minutes, folks. I mean, it's only another 30 seconds. So if Sank's able to get to the box in the next 0 seconds, so that means that the Banger's going to start on a power jam, and I hope nobody runs over that pivot hat. All right, so here's Archie Bumper trying to score some points here in the last 17 seconds of the jam. Expecting a no-pack penalty call at any moment, and there it is. So that'll be another 4 points. And the Friends have to regroup. Here comes Archie Bumper approaching the back of the pack, not in time to score any further points, but that is a pretty sizable jam, 7 points for the Bangers. Thanks again for joining us here on youtube.com/@NorthStar Roller Derby. Judgment Bay is going to be the only jammer starting this jam, as Sank is still in the box for the Violent Friends. Watch that offense on the outside there. You got GG Wiz making sure. We've got a very early penalty, a multiplayer block probably being called on a Violent Friend. Yep, sure enough, there goes Saucy to the box. And Sankbite's trying to fight her way through the pack on the outside, able to stay in bounds using those toe stops. Falling forward through the pack. There goes Judgment Bay picking up lead jammer status for the Bangers. Friends trying to regroup there, trying to get some offense going until the defense is required. Ooh, a little bit of a hit there going by way of GG Wiz, and GG is going to pay for that by taking a trip to the penalty box. Saucy is out. Ooh, and a very slick star pass has been committed, and therefore Judgment Bay will call off the jam. So still just the 1 point for the Violent Friends and another 4 for the Bangers. We shall see about that point total after the teams have sat down and fielded the rest of their skaters. Friends starting one jammer or one blocker down, electing to form a triangle in the front. Looking like a pretty choose your own adventure defense there by the Bangers. Not quite a shape, and moving backwards in order to attempt to block Rift Track's attempt to get through the pack. Kitten Boots is out, but Rift Track did find some daylight on the inside of that apex, but the Bangers able to reform just in time. Kitten Boots putting on some speed to make sure that she gets back to the pack before Riff is able to get out. Quick 4 points for the Bangers. And a back block penalty, being called on Rift Track. The Violent Friends out to a violent start if beating up the penalty box is your idea of violence. They appear to have coalesced into a cohesive shape. Killer attempting to provide some offense, doing so rather effectively, but the Friends able to reformulate. A lot of shoving. We're getting some bridges put out there. Snarly Parker making sure that bridge happens, and Kitten Boots putting on the brakes for that jam, ensuring that the Bangers start on a power jam. Hey, man, appreciate the kind words. Thanks for joining us here today. It is a Saturday night and everything. Oh, we have a pivot start. How about that? So we're going to find out who remembers their pivot rules, and it is going to be everybody. That is a real hodgepodge salad of a pack there at the front, but everything's able to get back together. We need a bridge. We got a bridge. That'll be Electrocutie being the bridge, and then that'll be Katarina Hit taking advantage of the momentary confusion to get that lead jammer status. Rift Track is out of the box and knocking Electrocutie to the outside. Here comes Katarina Hit, running into Disco Scream. And Pop Roxy not quite able to shove Katarina Hit all the way to the outside, so that's another 4 points for the Bangers. Rift Track not quite able to make it out of the pack. Looks like the star pass is being attempted and completed, and that'll be Saucy able to get by on the inside on that second straightaway. Hopefully stop the bleeding here. Katarina Hit looking at the situation. Yep, calls it off both hands. So the lone point being scored by Batty Longlegs, and Batty Longlegs is returning to the track to hopefully, at least recreate the idea of scoring points for the Friends. It is 27-1 at the moment, so a comfortable lead getting out of the gate here for the Bangers. Again, let us know how everything sounds and looks in the comments section. You must be a subscriber in order to comment. It's not hard to be a subscriber. You just click one button. Sankbite putting a shoulder into the jammer for the Bangers, and that'll be Archie Bumper. Excuse me, AK Slider. Batty Longlegs is getting the signal to just, keep going. Oh, that was a very nice attempted apex jump, but the salty veteran Kitten Boots saw that coming a mile away and put a stop to that. Very wisely calling off the jam after completing I will call it an apex tumble. Apex tumble there completed by Batty Longlegs, able to pick up 4 points and call off the jam before the Bangers were able to score anything. So 5 points for Batty and the Violent Friends. 27 still for the Bangers. New jammer for Bangers, that'll be Baller. That'll be 0-1-1. Rolling up her sleeves, letting everybody know she means business, and letting the refs know what her number is. Ooh, a severely depleted pack or blocker rotation here for the Violent Friends. That's only Electrocutie and Pop Roxy out there for the Violent Friends. We got Sankbite and GG Wiz, or Daryl Blee Blood. Oh, yeah, and a very classic move by Pop Roxy there, shoving your own skater into the jammer to make sure that they go out of bounds. Electrocutie knows the score. Ooh, Sankbite. Oh, yep, that'll be a track cut penalty, but with a very nice shoulder hit there by Sankbite. This will be a power jam for the Violent Friends. Miko Meat Sauce trying to make her way through that very solid Bangers wall. Yep, that'll be a star pass. I do see Sank with the star hat in her hand. Very violent shoving, jostling maneuvers. Yep, trying to stay in the middle. The Bangers are able to expertly guide Sank out to either the in or outside of the track. We got some offense there being played by Pop Roxy, allowing the rest of the Violent Friends to play defense against Baller. But Baller says, nah, not into it. Easy pass on the outside for Baller. That'll be another 4 points for the Bangers. Recognizing the defense needs to short up a little bit, Pop Roxy abandons the offense, and Baller able to get through anyway. That'll be another 4 points. However, Sankbite is out. Chased very briefly there by 622 Killer for the Bangers, but waylaid by Pop Roxy. We have another scoring pass being attempted here. That'll be Miko Meat Sauce trying to be the lone blocker of note there against Baller, but not able to dissuade her from scoring any points. St. Bite able to pick up a solitary point for the Violent Friends at the end of that. But we do have a timeout being called by the Violent Friends. Very smart timeout by them. The period is getting away from them a little bit. 39 for the Bangers, 6 for the Violent Friends. You know who won't let it get away from them is our very generous sponsors. One of our sponsors here, we've got MP Accounting Services. We have Empower Your Company's Finances with Northeast Minneapolis' premier queer-owned accounting firm. Our bean counters provide inclusive and personalized controller, payroll, and bookkeeping services for small and medium-sized businesses in Minnesota and beyond. Another one of our sponsors, Angry Inch Brewing, angry beer for happy people. Angry Inch has everything you could need. Beer and a dog-friendly patio. Take a trip down to Lakeville and check out their full-flavored malt-forward beer. Thanks again to all of our very lovely sponsors. Couldn't do it without you. We appreciate all of your support. All right, so coming out of the timeout, we do have the Friends once again attempting to secure that jammer line against any potential breaches of jammer. Snarly Parker, Marlboro Dread, All the Way Faye, and Disco Scream are your blockers of note. Riff Track is able to pick up lead jammer status against Katarina Hit. Riff Track is being told to call it, finally sees that that is the call, and calls off the jam. Riff Track got a point. According to Gail Jazera, the Violent Friends jam ref for the bout. Manny Shovitz is back, and he is the jam ref for the Bangers. Here comes Batty Longlegs and Kitten Boots. Batty Longlegs able to knife her way through on the outside of the pack to pick up that lead jammer status, and Kitten Boots is finally out. Only about a half a track length behind, so Batty Longlegs has got to get those bad long legs in motion. Very fancy moves. What a great demonstration of footwork there on the outside, able to pick up 4 points and call it off immediately. Ooh, we got some hugs. That'll be Judgment Bay and Miko Meets Us, hugging it out behind the jammer line. Eight minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half. Although we do see that we've got perhaps some officiating confusion occurring. Aha, and the official timeout has been called. So buckle up, folks. As somebody who was recently, in the last couple of weeks or so, I was fortunate enough to be taught how to be a non-skating official by Dr. Dana and the crew here at North Star Roller Derby. There's a lot to keep track of. You'll notice, the keen observers among you will notice that the officiating crew is nearly, if not longer, than most of the rosters here for this evening. A lot of folks need to be looking at what's going on and keeping track of what's going on here for roller derby. It's a fast-moving sport. It's one of the only sports where if a whistle is blown, the action doesn't stop. Whistle gets blown in basketball, football, there are no whistles in baseball, but you understand. Whistle gets blown, everything stops. Not in roller derby. You got to keep everything up and running. Too much stuff going on. Well, what else do you want to talk about? Unseasonably warm weather here in Falcon Heights. Makes for a nice load out and load in. It's always nice. Love to see that. Ursa Minor is a junior roller derby league in the Twin Cities metro area. If you or your youngsters are interested in getting involved with roller derby for the kiddos, please feel free to look them up. Ursa Minor Junior Roller Derby. They have a very large bear mascot who's just off camera to the right. I do apologize for the lack of multiple cameras. We sure tried, but you know what? Some things just aren't in the cards. Judgment Bay versus Miko Meat Sauce, Bangers and Friends, respectively. Bangers going, that'll be J-Bay going straight at Marlboro Dread, knocking her straight onto the back. Not any kind of penalty, however, because the entire front of your body is a legal target zone. J-Bay is able to secure lead jammer status, but gets recycled all the way to the back, courtesy of Pop Roxy, Marlboro Dread, and Sank Bite. Miko had a lane there on the inside, but must have been some kind of miscommunication there. Sank attempting to provide... Oh, that'll be a track cut penalty being called on Miko, almost certainly. So another power jam for the Bangers, adding to the woes of the Friends. At least the power jam happened in the straightaway, where there's at least a little bit less chaos that may or may not ensue. Ooh, calling it off with both hands is Judgment Bay after picking up 4 points and extending their power jam into the next jam. Archie Bumper is going to be your jammer for the Bangers. An assorted pack, no shapes being created yet. It's very, it's a fluid situation so far in the pack. Trash Panda, Girl Has No Name, Bex Machina, and your pivot is going to be Kitten Boots, providing some pretty effective offense there on the inside. Attempting to take advantage of it was Archie Bumper, but unable to get to the inside. Disco Scream providing a very important hit there, but also picking up a track cut penalty. So, two friends in the box. That'll be Miko and Disco. Approaching the back of the pack with a finger out is going to be Archie Bumper. Archie Bumper going up against All the Way Faye and Daryl B. Blood. Electric Cutie providing the much-needed bridge. Able to knock Bumper to the ground, but staying in bounds. A very effective delay there being provided by the Violent Friends. Anticipating a Star Pass. The Star Pass has been completed, and All the Way Faye does manage to get hit to the outside there, and Archie Bumper is able to pick up 4 more points in the meantime. That'll be, ooh, a little bait and switch there by one of the veterans on the track. That'll be Daryl B. Blood, being like, oh yeah, you can totally get this inside lane on the apex. Psych. Here's a really solid hip hit to the inside, and that's exactly what happened. Archie Bumper fighting against a pretty solid shape there against the Violent Friends. We have a couple of whistles happening here. We've got a track cut penalty being called on Face Melter. And since that's underneath the 30-second mark, that'll be another power jam start for the Bangers. Solid defense here being played by the Violent Friends. That's probably the solidest they've played defense so far. They're going to have to play a little bit more defense because no offense is forthcoming until Faye gets out of the box. Faye has tossed the pivot hat over to the bench, collected by Mo Rauder. Thanks again for joining us here on the YouTubes. We moved on to YouTube because it's easier to get onto for smart TVs. Here comes Katarina Hit, the lone jammer on the track. Oh, really laying into Pop Roxy there, who goes straight over the back and losing her glasses. If you have seen our Tales from the Track videos for the Give to the Max Day promos, you'll find that Roxy does lose her glasses now and then. Katarina Hit is not calling for any kind of offense to be played. And subsequently having a rougher time trying to get out of the pack, and commentators' curse is alive and well here, folks, because Katarina Hit, as soon as I say that, is able to get out for 4 more points. Face Melter attempting to fulfill those jammer duties by getting out of the pack. Having a rough time. We've got an additional Star Pass Saucy not quite able to see, but no matter. Faye's able to get it out for not lead jammer status, and Katarina Hit making her way around the track at a stately pace. Quite the scrum there at the inside of the track. Saucy, the lone blocker, able to escape the morass to keep Katarina Hit from scoring 4 very easy points. And Pop Roxy able to give Katarina the business and knock her to the outside, but nobody got back to the inside to keep her from scoring 4 points again. Star pass completed. Saucy is your jammer of note for the Violent Friends. Got 2 points already. Well, those points are likely awarded to Faye. Saucy, one of the Foster skaters for the Violent Friends. Trying to pick her way through. Pick her way through the pack. 4 points picked up by Saucy. That was a good effort by her and by Faye. That's another one of the Foster skaters for the Violent Friends. 70-16 in the first half of the first bout. Bangers enjoying a comfortable lead. Got Rift Track versus Kitten Boots. And we've also got some track maintenance. For those of you who are unaware, the track is played on a flat surface. That much is very apparent. However, because we're not streaming in 4K and I cannot zoom in, you may not know that that is a rope taped on the inside and outside of the track. Every once in a while, when a skater goes over said rope and tape, you have to repair it, and that's what we're doing right now. That rope does a good job of letting the skaters know when they are crossing that line and going out of bounds subsequently. Otherwise, there's so much going on. If your foot doesn't tell you, hey, I just rolled over a rope, you have to stop and figure it out. You'll never figure it out. You'll go to the box all the time. We shall have a 10-minute intermission between... Sorry, I'm eavesdropping on the in-house commentary provided to us by Loose Change and Wilhelm Scream. 2 pristine paragons of the PA. Rolling Not Your Whistle. Whistle has been blown. And we are that much closer to roller derby action. There's the whistle. Kitten Boots versus Rift Track. Let's see if Rift Track is able to get a little bit further. We have a multiplayer block being called upon. Disco Scream. Rift Track still fighting that pack. Here comes Kitten Boots. Some defense was played, but not enough. 4 more points for the Bangers. Star pass was faked and not completed. And Rift Track's like, yeah, I got it. I got this. I'll be not lead jammer. That's fine. Unsure if Kitten Boots was actually calling it off or not. And the officials were like, yeah, probably not. All right, we've got a penalty happening. That'll be a forearm. That'll be a forearm being called on Kitten Boots. That'll be a power jam for the Violent Friends. 30 sweet seconds of jamming against no other jammer. So we're waiting for, yep, that'll be the offense there being provided by the Violent Friends. Very good timing there by the offense, able to wait until the pack reaches the apex. It's easier to clear them out from inside to outside, but Rift Track very nearly able to make it through the pack, but that shape does once again solidify, and there is that jammer to pivot connection, and that'll be Sank Bite, assuming the jammer duties for the remainder of this jam. Direction of play penalty being called against Archie Bumper. Sank Bite not quite able to scoot A Girl Has No Name out of the way to get those points. A little bit more success on the inside, and that'd be a Haughty Mess. There's another Foster skater for the Bangers, I believe. So 3 more points for the Bangers, no more for the Friends. That's a D. That is going to be our first intermission of the evening. 77 for the Banger Sisters after putting 7 more up on the board for the final and final jam of that particular period. 24 for the Violent Friends. You know who else is your friend? Are the services and products that sponsor North Star Roller Derby. One of those is West Photo. For more than 40 years, West Photo has been the photographer's photo store. West Metro has the equipment, knowledge, and service you can only get from people who are a part of the photographic community. Find them in Northeast Minneapolis. And I'm going to be guessing here between Hennepin and 3rd Avenue. It's right next to Surdix. It's right there, West Photo. You've seen it. You definitely know the logo. You have seen it. The penalty box sponsor this evening is Bandit and Briggs. The penalty box is presented by Bandit and Briggs. We are just 2 happy pups that love pets, snuggles, and playtime. We love everyone and hope they stay safe. If you have any interest in dog sitting us or setting up a play date, please let our parents, Lemony, Kickit, and Andy, know so that we can all hang out. Boof, boof. Definitely mention our upcoming fundraising event, and that is going to be Drag Queen Bingo at Roxy's Cabaret, Roxy with a Y. North Star Roller Derby would like to invite you to Drag Queen Bingo fundraising event on Tuesday, December 5th, 7 to 10 p.m. at Roxy with a Y's Cabaret. That's 1333 Nicollet Mall in Minneapolis. If you notice there's a suggestion of $10 to play 10 rounds of bingo, that is a deal. If you take nothing else away from this bout apart from, having fun with your friends and how cool roller derby is, $10 to play 10 rounds of bingo is absolutely the deal of the century. To play bingo with prizes provided by the space. I suppose the space here would be Roxy's. All bingo donations come to North Star Roller Derby, so bring your friends and family. There will be drag performances throughout, which is always a good time. Give to the Max Day was a recent event this past Thursday. North Star Roller Derby participated, and if you missed out on the opportunity to donate on Thursday, it's not too late. Head on over to givemn.org and search for North Star Roller Derby to donate to support the league. It was a wild success. We breached the $15,000 mark, and I can say that because it's being advertised on givemn.org. Yes, thank you to all of our generous donors and all of our sponsors for making Give to the Max Day a rousing success. This may or may not surprise you that renting out the historic Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum isn't free. And we love it here, so we would like to come back. Again, drop a comment in the comments section. Let us know how we're doing here at NSRD. I do apologize for the camera angle. We are not able to get the tippy tops of each of the apexes. But luckily for you all at home, absolutely nothing has happened there. Not a darn thing. Sank Bike giving some waves to some fans. Just trying to kill another 7 minutes and 2:10 seconds. You'll see there's a camera on the left there. We've got a very large bear giving high fives to Stabby Cat and Killer. Oh, not to Killer. That will be the Ursa Minor mascot. Strutting around. Bearing it all. Much as you're all bearing my horrible jokes. I'm sure we would all like to hear more about the after party is going to be at Gabe's in St. Paul. We're going to stay open a little bit extra for the skaters here, having done a lot on the track. Nothing refreshes like fellowship and tasty beverages and pub food. Always great, always a great time. Again, thank you for joining us here on youtube.com/@North Star Roller Derby. If you're unable to make it down to the Coliseum and unable to make it to our bouts, again, we do appreciate all that you are able to do by way of, you know, clicking on a couple of buttons, relaxing on your favorite couch with your loved ones, whether they be humans or pets, and taking in some roller derby. It is a real hoot, I tell you what. I'm now dubbing this the Ref Lounge Cam. Got Bippity Boppity Boom. We got Sauerkraut, Manny Shevitz, Enigma. I think that's Gal Jazeera, and that is Jakob the Swedish Ref. Soaking up the Rays there in the infield. Just under 5 minutes, so this will be your, visit the restroom, get a beverage, get a snack, tell all your friends, families, neighbors, loved ones, male persons, pizza delivery folks about North Star Roller Derby and about how you can view it for the low price of free $99 on YouTube.com. If you're interested in getting involved with roller derby, please check out NorthstarRollerDerby.com. No spaces because it's a web page. And check out the Contact Us section in order to get involved. You can be a skater. You can be a non-skating official. You can be some loudmouth with a microphone and an internet connection and a couple of cameras. Whatever you want to do, there is absolutely a place for you here at North Star Roller Derby. Between the bouts here, between the Friends and Bangers, second bout of the evening is going to be against, you guessed it, the Kilmores and the Deltas. But we're going to have some line dancing being showcased in the infield there in the middle of that. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that there's going to be some copyright music going to be played during that particular bit. So I may do us all a favor and mute the microphone so that you can at least watch the line dancing and hum along with achy breaky whatever it is to yourselves. We do have a pretty busy house here. Across the way, it's a little bit more sparsely populated as that's away from the jam starts. But, yeah, behind me, we've got a healthy crowd. And there's quite a few of them, too. NorthstarRollerDerby.com does have your access to tickets. We're looking at the 2-minute and 30-second mark. So if you're running around your house doing all the aforementions, such as notifying everybody that you are aware of about roller derby, specifically North Star Roller Derby, you can come on back to the couch or recliner, hammock, chaise lounge, whatever is going on, lawn chair, Adirondacks. However you're ingesting roller derby, we do absolutely appreciate it. All right, so that would be the end of the end of the first one. We had the Banger Scissors up by 77 and the Violent Friends at 24. Not able to get a whole lot of offense going have been the Violent Friends. There's been one or two jams where they picked up lead and got 4 points and called it off, but otherwise it's been pretty much just take what you can get for the Violent Friends. If this looks like a sport that you want to do and you're just looking at the child, I could do that. First of all, ha-ha. Second of all, come give it a shot. The Satellites and Cosmos programs for North Star Roller Derby is your gateway to roller derby stardom. If you can't even stand up on roller skates, they will teach you. If you have been on roller skates since you were a little tiny baby, we want all shapes, sizes, and skill levels. Come join your idols, the North Star Roller Derby skaters, on the track. You get to do bout fits. You get to do crazy hairdos. You get to be a part of a team and an organization that really does care about itself and cares about you, the fan and potential skater. Right, enough propaganda. We've got about 30 seconds until the end of this intermission and the beginning of part 2. It appears we have Archie Bumper as a pivot sitting in the box, so that means no pivot will be available for the Banger Sisters for the first part of the first jam of the second half of the first bout. It's enough numbers. I'm done with that. Ooh, newsflash, Beer Garden is back open. Off to the camera left, we have trackside seating. We've got ready access to refreshing adult beverages, and there's a lot of lights and ivy and things like that. So it's very opulent, quite gilded. Pop on down here and grab yourself a Beer Garden ticket for the absolute height of roller derby consumption. Finally, I can stop riffing and get back to roller derby. We've got Katarina Hit jamming for the Bangers and Batty Longlegs wearing the star for the Violent Friends. A little bit of jammer on jammer action. Batty Longlegs able to sneak through the middle, very middle of the pack. Picking up lead jammer status for the Violent Friends. The Violent Friends love that, and half a track behind her is Katarina Hit. Archie Bumper has been released. Will be a hip-to-hip hit from Batty Longlegs. Calling it off just in time. 3 points for the Violent Friends, able to hold Katarina Hit scoreless. So if the Violent Friends do that, 50 divided by 3 more times, they'll be tied. Somebody's got the math out there. I know you all do. Post it in the comments. Love to see some participation in there. Again, you do need to be a subscriber to Roller Derby or North Star Roller Derby's YouTube channel in order to comment. Judgment Bay badgering her way through the Violent Friends. We got some, very nearly able to hit out Judgment Bay, but Judgment Bay able to stay in bounds and picking up that lead jammer status. Miko Meatsauce trapped behind Aaron Grievances, Trash Panda, Kitten Boots, and A Girl Has No Name. And a Star Pass has been committed. This is once again Sankbite assuming the jammer duties. Judgment Bay taking it to Pop Roxy and Marlboro Dread. Picking up that 4 more points for the Bangers. Some offense is going to be provided there for Sankbite. However, Sankbite unable to take advantage and stepping out of bounds. Going to be called for a track cut penalty. So another power jam for the Bangers. Judgment Bay is not having a great time, though, and does call off that jam, ensuring once again that the Bangers start on a power jam. So oh no, I lost my ad copy. It's got to be around here somewhere. Yeah, the penalty box, Bandit and Briggs penalty box, aka Two Good Dogs. Have a lot of friends going in and out, and Bangers for that matter, going in and out of that penalty box this evening. Gigi Wiz and Katarina Hit jostling for position there. Katarina Hit losing out there to Daryl B. Blood, excuse me. Muscle memory is a real bummer sometimes. Saucy able to shove Archie Bumper to the inside and recycle. Some expert defense and offense turning into offense there by Katarina Hit, able to spring Archie Bumper for lead jammer status. Here comes Sankbite, putting on a speedy move to the outside, getting a twinkly toes and not twinkly enough, unfortunately. So this is going to be another track cut penalty being called on Sankbite. That must have been just the smallest, little, tiniest bit of I can't see everything from my vantage point, but it looked to me as though Sank stayed in bounds. But I will defer to Jakob and the referee crew because they're right there. Again, want to reiterate, loudmouth on a microphone. I'm no Derbstradamus. Who, for the pedants out there, yes, predicted the future, not the present, but whatever. Archie Bumper approaching the back of the pack, being motioned by She Coli to call off the jam. Gets knocked to the outside of the pack. Okay, so never mind. There was a little bit of a miscommunication there happening between She Coli and Archie Bumper. So She Coli was attempting to trap our friend's jammer in the box there to start with another power jam. This will be Disco Scream out there for the Friends against Kitten Boots. Here comes Kitten Boots against the Violent Friends. Disco Scream, trying to get some motion going on there in the back against that stalwart triangle of bangers. Kitten Boots getting knocked to the outside. That'll be a track cut penalty. Very quick move there by Pop Roxy, able to identify that, yep, saw that toe stop go down on the outside, so I'm going to run back. That'll be Disco Scream providing a pretty solid hit against Baller there, and not sure if that was a track cut penalty, so kind of just stopped, and that'll be a direction of play penalty being called instead on Pop Roxy. Disco Scream getting some encouragement from All the Way Faye. And some offense by Marlboro Dread. Spying a little bit of daylight on the inside and now fighting against a girl who has no name, and out for lead jammer status. Disco Scream being motioned to call off the jam. Not quite able to trap Kitten Boots in the box. Pop Roxy's still there, though. So we've got a movie you may have all seen before. This will be Batty Longlegs against Katarina Hit. Friends starting with just the three blockers at the front there. The brace there, again, is Saucy being able to guide the blockers. Not quite entirely successfully, but not, horribly. To get at least get Batty Longlegs a chance at scoring some points here. Katarina Hit is going to be knocked to the outside, calling off the jam. 1 point for each team. Excellent. Everybody's favorite jam where everybody scores the same number of points. Okay, so I don't think A Girl Has No Name has jammed yet for the Bangers, but Miko Mitsa sure has. Here we go for jam number 6 of period number 2. Here comes A Girl Has No Name against Sank Bite, Snarly Parker, Daryl B. Blood, and Marlboro Dread. Marlboro providing a very brief bridge before rejoining her Violent Friends to provide some defense. A Girl Has No Name is able to stay on those toe stops and stay inbounds as Miko Meatsauce approaches the back of the pack at speed. Going for the wrecking ball maneuver. Solid defense there being played, however, by the Bangers. Miko keeping those feet moving. Defense has somewhat regrouped for both teams. We have another whistle and a track cut penalty being called on question marks. That'll be A Girl Has No Name. So a power jam for Miko Meatsauce and the Friends, and that'll be just 1 minute gone in the jam. So that'll be, I mean, we're just gonna skate out the rest of the 2 minutes here, folks. Miko getting a back block penalty and making her way to the box. And as soon as Miko sits down, a girl has no name will be released. And Miko will serve the same amount of time that a girl has no name has served. And away they go. Girl has no name approaching the back. Sank bite attempting to provide at least the first hit. Setting up a knockout for the rest of the Violent Friends. Daryl B. Blood bracing. And knocking once again, a girl has no name to the inside. Here comes Miko Meat Sauce from the outside and not able to quite stay in bounds. That'll be another hit from Bex Machina. Bex Machina? No, it's definitely Machina. The end of that jam comes mercifully to all of us. This will be Batty Longlegs against Baller. Baller skating for the Bangers, Batty for the Friends. Each team using the triangle one offense pack maneuver. Baller is one of those squirrely jammers, though, able to go back and forth and create a lot of separation, making it easier for herself. However, Batty Longlegs makes it easy for all of you Friends fans and picks up lead jammer status, but Baller able to stay in bounds, evading the all the way Faye hits. Batty coming along on the outside, inside to outside, being shouted at to call off the jam. Calls it off with both hands, but not before Baller is able to pick up 1 point. Batty got 2, though. Chipping away at that 73-point lead for the Bangers. Here comes Disco Scream once again against Katarina Hit. It is Disco Scream's birthday? Or Disco Daddy or Disco Debbie. Somebody that Disco knows has a birthday today, whether it is themselves or one of their relatives or loved ones or friends. Multiplayer penalty being called on 2 separate blockers from 2 separate teams. Katarina Hit able to stay in bounds on the inside and make her way out for lead jammer status. We have a track cut penalty being called on Disco Scream. That's what happens when your head is so far away from your feet. The signal doesn't make it up there sometimes. I, a tall skater, would know. All right, we've got Snarly Parker, Daryl B. Blood, and Saucy attempting to keep Katarina Hit from scoring any additional points. Katarina, the salty, knowledgeable vet, however, is able to negotiate her way through. 4 more points for the Bangers. Katarina putting up the horns. I'm sure that's some kind of super secret, cryptic, apocryphal type of motion for what kind of offense she wants to be played. Offense is played. I can't figure it out. She did, though. 4 more points for the Bangers. Here comes Disco Scream, hat in hand, and hat passed off then to Saucy to perform jammer duties for the Friends. Katarina Hit able to saunter her way through, there's no other word for it, saunter her way through the pack for 4 more points and calls it off. 115 Bangers, 30 Friends. I mean, if I had 30 friends, I'd be pretty fortunate. Here comes Batty Longlegs once again, going up against Kitten Boots. There's the whistle, and jam number 9 is underway. Batty Longlegs keeping those feet moving, taking a note from Miko Meat Sauce there and trying to move that pack on up. Trying to juke to the outside, going back to the middle. We have a penalty being called. There's another multiplayer block being called. That'll be on Pop Roxy. Lead jammer is called for the Bangers. Here comes Kitten Boots around to the back. Rift Track tells people to, get into shape. A shape is created with Sank Bite and Electrocutie. Very slick rotational move there by Kitten Boots, able to stay in bounds and as well as shed those blockers. Batty Longlegs got out of the pack, scored no points. Femmes once again starting without all of their blockers. It'll be Pop Roxy starting in the box. Blockers for the Friends are going to be Miko Meat Sauce, Marlboro Dread, and All the Way Faye. Bangers able to field all 4 of their blockers as well as a jammer. Marlboro Dread rejoining her friends there at the pack. Judgment Bay using the running back technique, which is run at them and shove them back. Another track cut penalty being called on Disco Scream. Another power jam for the Bangers. Judgment Bay made it out. Another 4 points. Calling off the jam. The Bangers are not calling off. Not taking the foot off the gas, though. Just under 5 minutes remain in period number 2 of bout number 1. Looks like Roxy was assessed a double penalty, which is why she is still there, along with her jammer, Disco Scream. That means we've got a depleted pack for the Violent Friends and no jammer for them either. So at least they get to concentrate on playing defense. They don't need to worry about multitasking. Pop Roxy has popped out of the box and is going to provide a bridge for Saucy, but Archie Bumper able to stay in bounds to pick up lead jammer status for the Bangers. Here comes once again Archie Bumper approaching the pack. Pop Roxy had some hips for her, though. And Disco Scream is able to get out and get not lead jammer status, excuse me. Archie being motioned at to call it off by the third base staff there. Disco Scream, I'm going to give, 1 point. All right, 1 point for Disco Scream. 2 more for Archie Bumper and the Bangers, pushing their lead up to 125 and 30 for the Friends. Alrighty, so approaching the end of the first bout, we've got 3.5 minutes remaining. We're going to line up for jam number 12, and the jammers here are going to be Batty Longlegs against Katarina Hit. Friends have been unable to find an answer for Katarina Hit and her wise jamming skills. Batty Longlegs not quite able to hold on to that outside line against Killer and Stabby Cat and Rude Barb and Judgment Bay. Nearly made it on the inside, but Katarina Hit is already out for lead jammer status. Oh, Katarina juked to the outside and went right back into the middle and scored 4 more points again, sauntering around the track, absorbing points for the Bangers. Batty Longlegs attempting to provide a little bit of defense, but unfortunately misses. Outside to inside for Katarina Hit and able to pick up 4 more points. Batty recognizes that she stepped in bounds and is going to avoid a track cut penalty. Judgment Bay is going to the box for a thing. I'm hearing another whistle. That'll be Electrocutie heading to the Bandit and Briggs penalty box. There'll be an insubordination for Electrocutie. That'll be a double penalty being served by her in the penalty box. And here is a little bit of jammer on jammer action for you. Katarina Hit and Batty Longlegs. Batty definitely feeling the burn, but Katarina hit able to expertly absorb a hit, do a cute little pirouette, and then out for more points. That's a very large opening there on the inside for Katarina hit, and sure enough takes advantage of that for a apex jump and 4 additional points. Yeah, that was a big, juicy opening there for Katarina to take advantage of on that first apex there. Largest scoring jam of the game so far, 20 points for Katarina hit. Doesn't look like she even broke sweat. Here comes Disco Scream and Kitten Boots, your jammers. Electric Cutie is serving a double penalty, so that'll be the Violent Friends 1 blocker short. Disco Scream able to use some pretty fancy footwork and quick think and able to get out for lead jammer status for the Violent Friends. Kitten Boots able to pick up that not lead jammer status, only about half a lap and closing. Disco Stream trying to stay on her skates. Darably Blood absorbing that hit on Kitten Boots and able to stay here. There's a track cut penalty being called once again on Disco Scream. No more lead jammer for anybody. That means this is going to be a full 1 minute and 15 second jam, and that'll bring us to the end of period 2. Kitten Boots running into more blockers and more blockers and more blockers. Great recycling. Captain Planet would be proud of the Violent Friends for that particular recycle. Everybody to identify who was needed and where. We're going to have a bridge being provided there by Daryl B. Blood. All the way Faye and Pop Roxy, the last 2 blockers. Oh, that's just one hand out of bounds. Roxy saw it. All right, no pack is called and they must return, but that was a very solid defensive effort there by All the Way Faye, Pop Roxy, Daryl, and Electric Cutie. 15 seconds left for bout number 1, period number 2. Whole bunch of offense being played there on the inside by Aaron Grievances and Rude Bar, but unable to take advantage was Kitten Boots, and now trapped once again behind Daryl, Roxy, and Faye, and that is the end of the bout. After picking up 3 more points, pushing the Bangers' final score up to 1-5-2, 152 and 38 for the Violent Friends. A dominant victory there by the Bangers. We're going to go to the second intermission, and as I mentioned earlier, this will be a muted one because I don't want whoever is in charge of YouTube to start taking down our stream. And yeah, y'all get to watch some line dancing. Thank you all for viewing the very first bout of the evening here at the Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum at the most happiest place on earth, the Minnesota State Fair. Again, your final score for the first bout is 152 for the Bangers, 38 for the Violent Friends, and we are going to have more Derby action coming up for you. I'm going to ballpark in 30 minutes. So, you know, primo restroom time. Get some fresh air on this unseasonably warm evening. Buy and install a billboard in your neighborhood telling everybody about North Star Roller Derby. That shouldn't take you too long. Ladders are plentiful. Nails are everywhere. Victory lap for the Bangers with their towering victory over the Violent Friends. Violent Friends getting their handshakes as well. We will be back in time, I promise, for bout number 2 between the Deltas and the Kilmores. Thanks again for tuning in. Again, like, subscribe, click some bells, especially our bell. And we will return, you know, in a little bit. You'll have the final score up there at the top of your screen is going to then indicate when Derby will be back. And it will be back, I promise you that. Stick around. am back to advise that there are not 1,434 minutes left until roller derby. I don't know the quick math on that, but that is many hours and almost many hours. This is the Twin Cities line dancing or Western line dancing company. Not company like business, but company like troupe. And every Sunday at the Fraternal Order of Eagles in the Seward neighborhood, you can find them shaking their groove things and waggling some boots around in an expert fashion. Anyways, back on mute to avoid any kind of DMCA takedowns. See you soon.
minutes, just over 8 minutes until Derby is back in your eye holes and ear holes. And these folks are having a whole lot of fun out here in the infield. This looks like a blast. I don't know. I'm of the generation where they still taught line dancing, square dancing, etc. in gym class in Wisconsin. So, yeah, this is bringing back all kinds of fun memories. Anyways, check them out. They're going to be at the every Sunday at the Fraternal Order of Eagles, post number 34 in the Seward neighborhood. Check them out every Sunday afternoon, evening. And check us out in 7 minutes and 30 seconds for more roller derby. It's an electric slide party here to wrap up the halftime entertainment provided here by the Twin Cities Country Dancers. That is their official name. I did find it. I am not an absolutely bottom-tier garbage announcer. I do know who's out there and what they are doing. They are obviously having a phenomenal time doing the electric slide out here for everybody. We're going to be back with roller derby here in, 30 seconds or so. Depends on how electric slidey everyone's getting. You can see that most of the skaters are participating in the festivities because we like to have fun. First and foremost, roller derby is fun. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah, it's a lot of time out of your schedule, but first and foremost, it is fun. So, if you want to have fun with the roller derby, folks, you can come on down and do the electric slide here in the next 2 minutes or so, or you can check out the Twin Cities Country Dancers at the Fraternal Order of Eagles Post number 34 in the Seward neighborhood in Minneapolis, Minnesota, every Sunday to start dancing. You all remember how to do this stuff. I almost guarantee it. Well, people who are 35 or older, I guess. In any case, why don't we do that thing where we introduce who's going to actually be skating in the next bout? So we got the Delta Die roster up in front of you in a lovely pink hue. I made sure to pick the most obnoxious pinks that you could possibly have on your screen. Hopefully your monitor didn't just fry itself. Number 300 is Aerial Assault. Number H011A, I'll never say that right the first time, is Baller. 796.2 is Black Eyed Susie. Number 16, Blue Barracuda. Number 7 is Guillotina. Number 46 is Hit List. Number 622 is Kilroy. Number 612 is Lunatic. Number 666 is Sailor Doom. Number 20 is Slim Sadie. Number 1964 is Sonny Ono. Number 3 is Super Hut. Number 19 is Undervalued Participant. Number 29 is a Boomafoo. I can't help but notice that there are a couple of omissions. I do see that Rude Barb is going to be skating for the Deltas today. Pop Roxy is also going to be skating for the Deltas. I think that's the extent of the list. I don't see Sony Ono wearing a helmet or a mouth guard or elbow pads or wrist guards or knee pads or skates. So I'm going to go out on a very sturdy limb and assume that they will not be skating today. Rather this evening. In any case, that's the Deltas. We will update that as we are then updated. However, in the spirit of updating you on information that is pertinent to your interests, a.k.a. roller derby, we've got the Kilmores. That's number 833, Biz Kill. Number 68 is Demise. Number 120, DB's Face Smelter. Number 73 is Nymphadora Bonks. Number 17 is Red Hot Toddy. 1949 is Red Panda. 906 Sassberry. Number 33, Weird Val Shake a Bitch. Number 1300 is Katarina Hit with 2 T's, so it's different. Number 15 is You and What Army, another top 10 derby name. Number 144 is Bacon, Eggs, and Wheeze. I'm running out of room in my top 10, folks. And number 42 is A Girl Has No Name. The bench staff for the Kilmores is Marge Hadron, Collider, and a Babe Froman. I did, however, fail to mention the bench staff for the Deltas. That will be Lumberjill, Hoff, and Jack. And we do have their names in that order for very obvious reasons. Period 1 of Bout 2 is forthcoming. Let's thank some sponsors. Kim Monahan is your local Northwestern Mutual Financial Advisor who believes that everyone, including you, deserves a financial plan and that the starting point of any financial conversation should be with you, your life, your family, your priorities, and your goals. You can connect with her at the vendor tables to learn more about how you can build a financial plan that prioritizes what is most important to you. You can also find Kim Monahan if you search her name on Facebook. Monahan spelled Monaghan. Kim is spelled about how you would probably expect Kim. A Girl Has No Name does, however, have a floor mop and is doing some track maintenance for us. So thanks for the double duty there, Girl Has No Name. Some folks call her Aria. I don't know why they would do that. I've never seen that show.
Turbo Tim's Anything Automotive has multiple auto repair locations in the Twin Cities, famous for their shop kitties. That is kitties, the four-legged, adorable-faced, tailed things with fur. Turbo Tim's has multiple... I said that part already. Sorry. Turbo Tim's is also committed to supporting fun, innovative, and caring causes to improve the community for everyone. You can meet the kitty crew and learn more at turbotims.com. Do you wish your work could suck less? Or maybe you're a leader who wants to do better for your team or organization. At Tiffany D. Moore Consulting, you can find the support and essential tools that you need to thrive. Tiffany D. Moore Consulting focuses on improving leadership skills, team engagement, and overall organizational effectiveness. Visit tdmooreconsulting.com to learn more. The PF Fund, I'm very sorry, everybody. P Fund Foundation is proud to partner with North Star Roller Derby. P Fund Foundation is the Upper Midwest's LGBTQ community foundation. Check out their website, pffoundation.org, to learn more about their scholarships for students and grants to nonprofits. I think that's all the ad reads I've got. Nope, I lied. I did not mention once Museum Services. They are sponsoring Power Jams, and we witnessed quite a few Power Jams last bout. Fortunately for you, if you are a Bangers fan, all of those Power Jams had been brought to you by Museum Services. Museum Services provides comprehensive fine art services to corporations, cultural institutions, auction houses, galleries, artists, and private collectors. I know that at least one of you listening to the stream right now is a private collector, so please, if you haven't already, please consult Museum Services to curate your pristine collections. Keep them in tip-top, viewable art shape. Again, we're going to mention the fundraising event quickly approaching on December 5th. That is going to be a drag queen bingo at Roxy with a Wise Cabaret at 1333 Nicollet Mall in Minneapolis. The suggested donation of, and I cannot stress this enough, $10 to play 10 rounds of bingo is, you're going to be falling over yourselves and all of your family members trying to get to those deals. $10 to play 10 rounds of bingo with prizes provided by Roxy's Cabaret. All bingo donations come to North Star Roller Derby, so bring your friends and your family, your neighbors, your pets, and your loved ones. Bring them on down to Roxy's Cabaret. Have some drag. Have some bingo. First and foremost, have a great time. Thanks again for joining us here on youtube.com/@North Star Roller Derby. Can't wait to see you all at Gabe's in St. Paul for the after party directly following the conclusion of bout number 2 between the Kilmores and the Deltas. As the stalwart and sterling announcers in the house here, Loose Change, Ed Wilhelm, Scream, read off the team names. I, too, shall remind everybody. Number 833 is Bizkill. Number 68 is Demise. 128 DB Face Smelter. Number 73 Nivordor Bonks. Number 17 is Red Hot Toddy. 1949 is Red Panda. 906 is Sassberry. Number 33 is Weird Val Shanka B Word. Number 1300 is Katarina Hit Double T. Number 15 is You and What Army. Can't get over it. Number 444 is Bacon, Eggs, and Wheeze. Number 42 is Girl Name Has No Name. Bench Staff Marge, Hadron Collider, and Babe Froman. Everybody's lining up on the track and waving at everybody. It's having a great time. The Deltas, once again, number 300 is Aerial Assault. Number H011A is Baller. Number 796.2, Black Eyed Susie. 16, Blue Barracuda. Number 7 is Guillotina. Number 46 is Hit List. Number 622 is Kilroy. Number 612 is Lunatic. Number 666 is Sailor Doom. Number 20 is Slim Sadie. Number 1964, Sonny Ono. Number 3, Super Hut. Number 19, Under Valley Participant. Number 29 is Zaboom Afu. Once again, I would like to reiterate that is not the down from the mountaintop roster for the Deltas. Those are just the names that I received
approximately 30 minutes ahead of the bout. So we got a 3.14 is Apple Pie. That's a skater. That is Foster. Baller is going to worm her way into your Derby watching hearts. All right, Guillotina, we got her. Yep. Hit list, yeah, we got her. Yep. 622 is Kilroy. Yep, we got her. Yep. There's Lunatic. Okay. All right, number 11 is Pop Roxy is going to also worm 20 is Slim Sadie. Zuifu is here. Hoff and Jack, again, specifically in that order. They really need to do something about that. But that's everybody. You saw them. And now you get to see them be on roller skates and hit their friends and each other. Cannot once again thank all of you enough for joining us here on youtube.com/@North Star Roller Derby to view the bouts here for season 18, bout number 2 at the historic Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum at the best place on earth, the Minnesota State Fairgrounds in Falcon Heights, Minnesota. We're going to have Baller versus Sassberry. If Mama Sass isn't on stream, I'm going to be... no, there she is. Great. Thanks, Mama Sass, for being here. Root and run. And here's our first whistle for jam number 1. Here comes Sassberry, able to twinkle toes her way on the outside, pick up lead jammer for the Kilmores. Baller is taking that hat off and looking for the pivot. Kilroy's like, I'm a pivot. I could do that. Oh, here comes Sassberry once again, going from the middle to the inside. A little bit of friendly fire there between her and Red Panda. Panda attempting to provide some offense. Offense on the outside. Will Sassberry take advantage of it? The star pass has been successful, and Kilroy does a very nice little pirouette at the very end of there to get up for not lead jammer status. 4 points is enough for Sassberry for now. So that'll get the first points for this bout's going to be going to the Kilmores 4-0. Slim Sadie wearing the pink star, and it looks like, I believe that's Nymphadora Bonks there for the Kilmores. Somebody didn't make their flashcards to review names and numbers. But yes, that is Nymphadora Bonks for the Kilmores, jamming up against Aerial Assault, Hit List. Oh, a bit of a scrum there, and Slim Sadie takes advantage and pops out for lead jammer status. Bonks taking advantage of offense there, being provided by Bizkill. Here comes Slim Sadie lurking in the background, skirting around on the outside, absorbing a hit from Katarina Hit with 2 Ts before getting recycled all the way to the back. Little shoulder juke, trying to make her way around, and to the inside she goes, picks up 4 more points. 4 initial points, I should say. Or wait a minute. I've already forgotten how many times they've gone around the track. Yes, I have. There's a lot going on in this rattle can of a brain. Here we go. She's out for another 4 points, so that's going to be a 12-point jam. I'm ballparking. Observational skills low. Not quite as successful for that 4-point. Oh, and there's almost aerial. Okay, so that's aerial assault attempting to provide some offense. Slim Sadie is going to watch that offense go by and go straight back to the middle and try jostling around with this wall of Kilmores. The star is off of Nymphadora Bonks' helmet, but unfortunately, Bacon, Eggs, and Wheeze is busy. Otherwise occupied. Cannot be bothered to go back and get that star. However, they do get reminded by the bench staff and tries to go back to get that star, but the jam gets called off Let's wait for those points to trickle in. Yep, that'll be a 12-point jam for the Deltas, and the Kilmores got 3. What in tarnation indeed, Matt. What in tarnation. I'll tell you what's going on in this nation is Face Smelter against, I think that's Lunatic. For the Deltas. Deltas, yep, that'll be Lunatic for the jamming for the Deltas, trying to go around Red Hot Toddy, Red Panda, A Girl Has No Name, and a Weird Val Shank B-Word. However, Face Smelter not having a whole lot of luck against Guillotina, Black Eyed Susie, and Pop Roxy. On that aforementioned triangle, able to buy just enough time so that Lunatic can get out and get lead jammer status, but Face Smelter hot on her heels. Who's going to get to the line first? Who's going to... Oh, that's a very good hit there being absorbed by Kilroy and the rest of the Deltas. No points for anybody, and let that be a lesson to you. Very fun jam there. Even though no points were scored, it was still fun to watch. Here comes Sasbury versus Baller. Delta's opting to take the jam line, but audibling at the very last second to take the fronts. Working out to their favor so far. Baller able to get out for lead jammer status, avoiding a track cut penalty on the outside. Sasbury trying to get around hit list and rude Apple Pie Barb. I forgot what her name was. Nobody wrote it down or nobody told me. So that'll be Sasbury getting out for not lead jammer status. Baller getting hit to the inside by You and What Army. Again, a 0-point exciting jam. All right, we got Katerina Hit 2 T's going up against Slim Sadie. That'll be for the Kilmores and the Deltas, respectively. Little flip of the script. We got the Kilmores taking the front of the pack to start off jam number 5. Katerina Hit shoving and taking advantage of a little bit of a pileup there on the Delta side of things. And there's another pileup. Oh, Guillotina, unfortunately, doing basically a belly flop onto the very hard concrete of the historic Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum's floor. They deal with horses and stuff in here, guys. Come on, it's a sturdy floor. Oh, a track cut penalty being committed by Slim Sadie, allowing for the very first Museum Services Power Jam. Sorry, I had to find it on the sheet there. For the Kilmores and for this particular bout. Katerina Hit 2 T's applying the agitator method. That's where you, this is, I'm dubbing it now. It's where you take your shoulders and you just kind of smash them back and forth and wait for somebody else to blink and then take advantage of their flinch, essentially is what goes down there. Slim Sadie is out of the box. We got another minute for this jam. Great offense there being played by Red Panda, allowing for an effortless 4-point pass for Katerina Hit 2 T's. Star pass committed. Here comes Kilroy, twinkling those twinkly toes, able to stay in bounds on the outside line, again, where nothing ever happens on those apexes because, unfortunately, the camera doesn't have a wide enough angle. Rest assured, it was very impressive and picked up not lead jammer status, allowing the Deltas to stop the bleeding under the threat of scoring points. 23 Kilmores, 12 for the Deltas. Rude Bapple Pie, Black Eyed Susie, Hit List, and Pop Roxy blocking for the Deltas. Trying to stop Face Smelter. Who's trying to stop Lunatic, you would ask? Well, why that would be Bacon, Eggs, and Wheeze, Biz Kill, Demise, and A Girl Has No Name. Lunatic getting bopped to the outside with a really good block by Bacon, Eggs, and Wheeze. Bacon spelled B-A-A. Oh, no. And then they Oh, nope, that would have been a track cut penalty, but Lunatic, being the wise jammer she is, able to avoid that track cut penalty. Face Smelter, unable to work her way around Rude Bapple Pie and hit list. Here comes the star pass for Faye. Somebody to find bacon, eggs, and wheeze, everybody's favorite breakfast sandwich. Ooh, a solid hit committed there by A Girl Has No Name. Forces Lunatic to call off the jam after picking up a single point. Nothing on the board there for the Kilmores. A timeout is being called. I will specify the variety of timeout in a moment, once somebody tells me what's going on. It appears to be an official timeout. Yes, a little bit of track maintenance there being provided by Deviate, one of our heroic EMTs that are present at each one of our bouts. We have Deviate and Irish Frisky here this evening, providing stalwart care for our fearless Derbyists. Jakob, the Swedish ref, is the jam ref of note for the Deltas, and Sauerkraut appears to be the jam ref for the Kilmores. Why not tell you who's jamming for each of those teams? We got Baller going up against Sasbury. Sasbury absorbing hits and going right back at it as quick as she can, but so is Baller. They just happen to be about 20 feet apart, forcing the Deltas to create a bridge. Back and forth goes Sasbury against Guillotina, and Kilroy able to finally free herself from the tyranny of the pack. Picking up lead jammer status for the Kilmores. That might be a back block penalty. It wasn't. It's just a 4-point scoring pass for Sasbury. Here comes a very flawless star pass. That'll be once again Kilroy being the jammer of note. Sasbury approaching the pack from the back, absorbing a hit from Baller, going into the inside, picking up 4 more points, calling it off. And did Kilroy get any points? Jakob says 2. 2 points for the Deltas. So 31 for the Kilmores, 15 for Delta Die. We have a good old-fashioned pivot line start. Looks like Hit List's toe stop is just over that pivot line, but they back off anyway. Slim Sadie is going to try to get around Demise, Bizkill, and Bacon, Eggs, and Wheeze. Does so with, relative ease. Got out in the first 10 seconds or so. That would be pretty, as somebody who has jammed, I don't love getting stuck behind everybody. So star pass was faked out, and Nymphadora Bonks is approaching the back of the pack, about 20 feet, 10 feet, and here comes Slim Sadie. Did not see that pass happen. Did Nymphadora Bonks stay in bounds? Did not. Oh, that was a toenail. That was a toenail out of bounds, but out of bounds it was. So what a move by Slim Sadie, able to use her momentum to displace another skater's momentum. I believe that was Bizkill, in order to get a nice free pass on the inside. Here comes the offense from the Deltas. Hopping over some skaters is Slim Sadie, calling it off to trap Nymphadora Bonks in the Nymphadora box. That's not the name of the box. The name of the box is the Bandit and Briggs box. Again, if you want to hang out with a couple of really cool dogs, go find Lemony, Kickit, and Andy. You can babysit them. You can take them for walks. You can have a slumber party. I don't know. I'm making promises I can't fulfill because those dogs are not my dogs. But you know who are my dogs, are all of you. Thank you so much again for joining us on youtube.com/@North Star Roller Derby for our production here this evening of season 18. Can you believe it? We can vote. The season, the league can vote. Season 18, bout number 2 on the schedule. And this is the second bout of the evening between the Deltas and Kilmores. Timeout being called by the Kilmores. They were sensing some momentum and trying to stamp that out like good clock and team managers they are. I heard a rolling whistle. I'm not sure if you picked up on that, but that does mean that more roller derby is quickly approaching. Weird Val Shanka B-word. We got Red Hot Toddy, Girl Has No Name, and Red Panda going to be blocking against Baller. Baller starting on a power jam, so we're just going to create some chaos, says the Deltas. And hopefully Baller will be able to, yep, indeed, dance her way out to the outside line and get through for lead jammer status. Here comes Infidora Bonks attempting to get around Kilroy, Guillotina, Black Eyed Susie, and Pop Roxy. Pop Roxy all the way back, way like 15 feet. Infidora Bonks putting on the moves, and Roxy being like, yeah, you're going to the inside. How about that? Ooh, what a hit from Kilroy on Infidora Bonks. Deltas need this. They're trailing by not a whole lot of points, and hopefully Baller can take care of the pristine defense here being played by the Deltas. So far, Nymphadora Bonks has yet to move beyond the... Well, there she goes. She's beyond the 10-foot mark, beyond the jammer line. However, Baller's not really having a whole lot more of success against Red Hot Toddy, Panda, Weird Val, and A Girl Has No Name. A star pass was indicated. The star hat is in hand, and Baller's just not having a lot of success there against that veteran team. There was a little bit of a jammer on jammer action there, and Nymphadora Bonks attempting to bring Baller back to recycle. Delta still picked up 7 points on there and getting within one Grand Slam pass of the Kilmore. So a close bout so far. 6 minutes and 45 seconds in the first period. Face Smelter versus Lunatic. Lunatic didn't like what she saw on the inside, tries to go to the outside. That appeared to be some kind of a ruse because now she's battling in the middle. Face Smelter is taking that middle shoving approach as well. Faye going up against Blue Barracuda. That'll be Hit List, Super Hut, and Rude Bapple Pie on the inside. For the Delta blockers, Bacon, Eggs, and Wee is able to stay in bounds and provide some super solid defense, waiting for You and What Army and Demise to rejoin her, and rejoin they have. Dang, that's a lot of good defense. I hate to see that as a jammer. However, Face Smelter is out for a lead jammer for the Kilmores. Trying to get a little bit more of a cushion between them and the Deltas, but Lunatic is out. Faye had a little bit more success there. I see the outside ref Manny shaking his head at Sauerkraut, looking like, I don't think there was any points there. Two there. There was two. As it is indicated, so shall it be scored. Got a pivot chicken match there. Deltas appear to have won, so the Kilmores have to approach the jammer line. This will be Sassberry versus Slim Sadie. Ooh, Sass providing some defense there. I love to see that right at the beginning. Oh, almost have the tippy toe star pass, or not the star pass. The tippy toe initial pass there on the inside was Sassberry, but she's got time to try a couple of more moves while Slim Sadie is trapped behind Red Panda, Red Hot Toddy, Weird Val Shankaby, and Katarina hit with two T's. Finally does Sass get out with a little hop on the outside. Slim Sadie getting indicated to pass it by Kilroy. Kilroy being one of those, again, very wise and astute skaters. However, Kilroy may not be all that excited about what she's got in store now because she still has to get through that green wall. recognizing that she could have gotten a track cut penalty there, does skillfully avoid it. Sasbury shoving her way through Guillotina and Aerial Assault. Aerial Assault recycles and tries to get back around. Only a matter of time, though, and Sass gets back out for 4 more points, boosting their lead to 10. 40 for the Kilmores, 30 for Delta Delta Die, until the scoreboard updates and proves me wrong. Again, thank you so much, everybody. Feel free to drop a comment in there. Again, if you're unable to comment, just click the subscribe button. It's really not hard. It's right there. It's a big red one. If you have any feedback for us and you're unable to hit that subscribe button for whatever reason, please feel free to reach out to us through the Contact Us section on NorthstarRollerDerby.com. Here comes Martini Hit List. Almost getting hit out there by Bacon, Eggs, and Weeds. Pop Roxy going to be going to the box. Going to be joining Nymphadora Bonks. Martini Hit List picking up 4 more points. We've got some kind of penalty being called on somebody. Biz Kill is the jammer for... Biz Kill's the jammer for the Kilmores, getting run back a little bit there by Baller, putting up her own track cut penalty. Biz getting plenty of encouragement from the bench, from the rest of the players. Takes off the star hat. Oh my! There's a Martini Hit List attempting an apex jump, failing and calling it off immediately. But now before picking up 8 points, putting us within 2 points of the Kilmores. So that was jam number 12. We've just got over 2 minutes for the second contest of the evening. Katerina Hit 2Ts is going up against Kilroy. Kilroy jamming for the Deltas. Neither of those jammers really appeared to realize that it was so close to jam start time. Kilroy made it out, is staying out, and is now declared lead jammer status. Just has to get past Red Hot Toddy and does. Katerina Hit trying to pass that star, does pass that star, and Red Panda is now your jammer of note for the Kilmores. Ooh, there was Kilroy taking advantage of Katerina Hit and Face Melter not wanting to commit a multiplayer penalty and going straight through the both of them, picking up 4 points. Lead change. We got 42 for the Deltas and 40 for the Kilmores. That is your first, I don't know, maybe first. I'm calling it the first. It's your first lead change of this particular contest. So behave accordingly. We have some pretty fancy, shiny programs here to give to you for the low, low price of $3 entire. Sass able to very quickly jump out to a lead jammer status. Slim Sadie getting some offense there by the Deltas, but not everybody was there in the offense. Here comes Sass for a scoring pass. And unable to make it out, getting knocked to the outside and recycle all the way back. But that'll be Zabumafu, Rude Bapple Pie, Roxy, and Hitlist. Calls it off after picking up 4 more points. And another lead change. Sasbury waving hello to the beer garden, which again, trackside, best seats you got here in the house. 44-42, a lot of defense being played. Nobody is calling a timeout before the 10-minute intermission, so we will go to the 10-minute intermission. So you can set your watch by that, 10 minutes. Come on back for additional roller derby. Again, thank you for joining us here on youtube.com/@NorthstarRollerDerby. I said it that way the first time, and now I can't not say it every other time that I say it. Close game here between the Deltas and the Kilmores. Great defense being played by both teams, taking advantage where they can for the offense. No matter what, they'll be back in 9 minutes and 21 seconds and counting. Again, please hit us up in the chat. It's pretty quiet today. I don't know. Maybe Grin is sick. Who knows? But let us know how we're doing. Hopefully everything is working out okay. They're in streaming land. As far as I can tell, everything's going well here, but I don't know. I'm just sitting here on my microphone in the Coliseum, hoping that you and everybody that is listening is having a great night. I know we all are here, and we'll be back in about just over 8 minutes. got about 4 minutes until we're back in action here at the historic Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum at the happiest place on earth, the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. If you want to hear more about our sponsors, please post into the chat which ones you would like to hear more about. If you'd like to directly assist our cause of propagating roller derby, you can buy some merch. Our merch team is hard at work making sure that you look stylish and smart while we're on the track. Appreciate the shout out, Shawl. I think you're doing great. A lot of really fun sleeveless, sleeved shirts as well as sweatshirts. We've got some brand new designs. One looks like a very cozy cabin on a very soft green long sleeve tee. We've got hats. We've got merch is the point. Go buy merch. Do it. One of these days I'll ask the merch team for a slide so that I can keep it going here while we're all waiting for something else to happen besides me just talking at all of you. In any case, we're looking at about 2 minutes and 40 seconds before bout half number 2 in contest number 2. Very close game here. We got 42 for the Deltas, 44 for the Kilmores. Oh, we've almost got, there it is. We've got the Dazzle pen there in the middle. Dazzle, of course, being the animal collective name for a group of zebras. You can see the Kilmores filtering back into the bench from the left side of your screen. Deltas are already coagulated. I'm absolutely not using that word correctly. Congregated, that's better. Congregated into the bench that they've been assigned on camera side left. Kilmore's on the right. If you're listening and not seeing, we've only got 1 minute and 30 seconds left until Derby comes back. So, wake up from that power nap you were taking and, come back in from the dogs you were walking. If you were flyering your neighborhood, you're the real MVP. But come back and watch some roller derby. It's going to be great. Looking around, this place is really cool. I just really like being here at the Coliseum at the State Fairgrounds. It's really fun. It's a multi-purpose area. I've seen everything from equestrian to equestrian events to hockey to dog shows, I think, and then roller derby. It's a very fun place to be. Ample parking. There's parking all over the place here. There's nothing else going on here at the fairgrounds, and you've seen the fairgrounds full of people, not necessarily full of cars, but if you're driving a car and you need to get here, you can park it for the low, low price of absolutely nothing. Something tells me that Sasbury is going to be the first jammer for the second half of the second contest, and it looks like Baller is also going to be one of the jammers. Jam refs for the Deltas. We've got Sauerkraut, and apparently Jakob, the Swedish ref, is going to be the jammer ref for the Kilmores. Inside pack ref, we've got Gal Jazeera. And Bippity, Boppity, again, B is not P's. Boom. Outside, we got Enigma, Manny Shevitz, and the Seer. Not Your Whistle Whistle is being blown by D-Rex. 5 seconds is called. And Derby now happens. We've got a little bit of a jammer on jammer action there behind the line. Seeing what's going on. There's a lot of chaos going on. There's not a lot of shapes. Nothing's really coalescing. However, the deltas and everything settles out. It's like Plinko or those stupid little football games that go back and forth, like the vibrating little football games. You know what I'm talking about. Eventually, something ordinary happens, and sure enough, there goes Baller getting lead jammer status, but really close behind. Oh, they're just, well, what's... It's the end of the jam that we all wanted. Is everybody like, yo, you're scoring points, but I'm right here? And no, I guess I'll call it off. GG, go next. Nymphadora Bonks for the Kilmores against Slim Sadie for the Deltas. Face Smelter, Bacon, Eggs, and Wee is Biz Kill and Demise for the Kilmores are blocking. We got Pop Roxy, Zabumafu, Aerial Assault, and Rude Barb. It's Rude Barb, but it's Apple Pie Rude Barb. So Rube Apple Pie. More solid defense being played to a trumpet track that's being piped in that I'm sure none of the skaters can hear because they're very busy, and I'm just sitting here talking about things. The other thing that I'm talking about is Slim Sadie picking up lead jammer status for Delta Die. Delta, again, being the 2-point trailers. Let's see if any of that changes. That could be the 2 points, but Slim Sadie is going to go back and try to get all 4. Face Smelter is approaching the back of the pack. That's at least 1 point for Faye. Shoved to the inside, though, by that very strong triangle. Slim Sadie picking up 4 points. Let's see what Face Smelter is able to do. Slim Sadie trusting in her defense. Some very, very fancy footwork there, being able to stay in bounds and picking up the additional 4 points. And it's another 4. It's also, however, 4 points for Face Smelter, who is out of the box and scoring points. Not out of the box, out of the pack and scoring points. Nouns are hard. Delta Die has retaken the lead, 50 for them, 48 for the Gilmores. Here comes jam number 3 of half number 2 of contest number 2. It's going to be Katarina Hit 2T is going up against Martini Hit List. The Delta's doing a good job of recycling around what is an absolute morass of chaos. But Katarina Hit able to take advantage of chaos being a ladder after all for lead jammer status. Kilroy being the pivot is out at the front and Hit List not yet passing it. Absorbing a lot of hits there is Katarina Hit 2Ts and picking up 4 more points. So that's going to be an additional lead change unless Hit List is able to somehow flim-flam Katarina into. So there's at least 1-2 points for Katarina Hit. 2 Ts and 2 points. Ooh, we don't have a lead change. We have a tie. Thank you, Layla, for the kind words. Honestly, I have nothing better to do on a Saturday night and would prefer to be here over doing anything else anyhow. Jam number 4 is starting. We've got some jammer on jammer action again. Baller versus Sasberry. Both jammers attempting to take advantage of the chaos that ensued. However, Sasberry able to pop out and get lead jammer status. Baller not too far behind, just has to beat Demise and Ewanwood Army. And then there goes Face Smelter and out for not lead jammer status. Here goes Sasberry on a mission, though. If you like your Sasberry jams, you're going to love those sweet 4 points for the Kilmores. And now we have a lead change. No more ties. They're done with that. That'll be 58 for the Kilmores and 50 for Delta Die. Nymphadora Bonks for the Kilmores are going to be up against Slim Sadie for the Deltas. Deltas are going to be fielding for the fifth jam of bout number 2. Half number 2. Oh, there's an official timeout, which thankfully allows me to recite and name the blockers that are happening on the track right now while some track maintenance happens. We've got 6-2-2. That'll be Kilroy. We've got Zaboomafu, Guillotina, and Pop Roxy. For the Deltas, and for the Kilmores, we've got Bacon, Eggs, and Wheeze, excuse me, force of habit. Red Panda, Weird Val, Shank, B-Word, and Red Hot Toddy. Rolling whistle being blown there by D-Rex. There's your 5-second call. The hand is dropped and the game is on. Here comes Slim Sadie approaching her own blockers. Interesting strategy. There goes Nymphadora Bonks attempting to get through Kilroy and Pop Roxy. Fruitless, however, and jukes back to the inside. All the way to the inside, however, as she goes, and Kilroy recycles all the way back 30 feet behind the jam line. Slim Sadie able to pop out and get lead jammer status. The hat comes off for Nymphadora Bonks, drops it, picks it up. Enigma graciously skating out of the way. Power jam! There was a track cut penalty of some kind, or just a penalty being therefore called on Slim Sadie. Go to the box, and the Kilmores have a chance to increase their lead. Bacon, Eggs, and Wheeze approaching Kilroy. Nymphadora Bonks approaching more points and getting all of them. Here she comes again. Slim Sadie is standing. So the Kilmores have to be conscious of that and have to play some defense. None of them are looking at it, though. Ooh, the hero of that particular moment would be Red Panda. It's like, yeah, I saw you. I saw you coming out of the box, even if nobody else did. Nymphadora Bonks not having a whole lot of success on that scoring pass. Ooh, a very, very fancy move there by Slim Sadie, able to bait bait a couple of blockers to get them to go out of bounds, but still stuck. Some offense there being provided by Kilroy and Pop Roxy. But that offense is there for just a flash. You got to take advantage of it right away. Additional offense there being applied by Pop Roxy, and then going straight to defense is Pop Roxy, and then 4 points being picked up by Nymphadora Bonks. 66 for the Kilmores, 50 for Deltas. Kilmores increasing their lead, and a mini conga line there being put on by Bacon, Egg, and Wheeze and Red Panda. Off to the sideline. 5 seconds is called. And away we go. Katarina hit 2 T's going up against hit lists. We've got a penalty right away. Wait, is it a penalty or is it an official review? We are about to find out. This appears to be an official review being called by Delta Delta Die, and until you hear otherwise, that is exactly what this is. 66 for the Kilmores and 50 for Deltas. Really close game so far. Once per half, each team gets an official review. Sometimes a team will be like, yeah, official reviews get overturned so rarely that we're just going to use this as an additional timeout. I don't see the utility at the moment, but I'm not a bench coach, so who knows? Who knows what I know? However, all the captains are in the infield. They are talking about something, and then the Dazzle pen is also discussing a thing. Perhaps they are discussing what a lovely time they're having here at the Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum in the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. Phantom of the Whistle will be going back to behind the box. Communicating to our jam scoring officials who are sitting to my left off camera. Every time one of those jam refs holds up some numbers, you can bet your bottom dollar that somebody off the track is recording everything that's going on in there. Rolling whistle is blown by D-Rex. 5 seconds. Kilmores are shoring up that back line there. Biz Kill and Face Melter are the last lines of defense, and then Hit List gets that lead jammer status, but guess who's right behind him? Katarina hit 2 T's for not lead jammer status. I don't know. Maybe Hit List will call it off. Maybe she won't. Hit List gambles. Called it off. No points for the Deltas, who had lead jammer status, and 2 points for the Kilmores, who did not. So, if I can add, that'll be 68 for the Kilmores and 50 for Deltas. Sass versus Baller. I've seen this movie before, and so have all of you. Can't wait to see it again. Ewenwood Army, Red Hot Toddy, Weird Val Shanka B-Word blocking for the Kilmores. We got Face Melter apparently in the box. Sass almost had lead jammer status, trying to dance her way through on the inside, but can't get past Kilroy, Guillotina, Blueberry. No, that's not Blueberry. That's Black Eyed Susie and Rude Bapple Pie. Baller is able to pop out and grab that lead jammer status. No pivot for Sasbury to pass to yet, and here comes Face Melter, the pivot of note, just getting out of the box. Here comes some defense. Oh, that's a very nice, very strategic apex jump there, committed by Baller. Knew she wouldn't land on her feet, but didn't care anyway. As long as you land in bounds and nobody's in front of you, that's an apex jump. Very well done. And unfortunately, Sass went to the box. This is a power jam for the Deltas, trying to chip into that 14-point lead. Sass is standing. Oh, Baller's threatening it. She's threatening that call off. Didn't do it. Had both hands up and didn't do it anyway. Sass comes out, runs into the back line there of Rude Bapple Pie, Black Eyed Susie, and Kilroy. All of them able to recycle in a very effective manner, allowing Baller to get out and score 4 points. Not a lead change yet. Sasbury gets knocked to the outside by that wall of pink. Expecting a track cut penalty, I think, were the Deltas, but what they didn't expect apparently was that star pass, which happened very seamlessly. 4 points, however, also being awarded to Baller. Will Baller call it off and stop the bleeding, or will Face Melter get a whole bunch of points? Great job there by the Kilmore wall, absorbing that hit and knocking him out to the outside, knocking Baller to the outside, trying to buy some time for Faye. Jam done. Let's find out what happens. So that would be 12 points being scored on that particular jam for the Deltas, 3 for the Kilmores. Ooh, it's getting closer. 9 points separate these two teams. We got Bacon, Eggs, and Wheeze for the Kilmores against Slim Sadie on the Deltas. Pop Roxy, Blue Barracuda, I think that's Aerial Assault, and Lunatic are going to be blocking for the Deltas. Blockers on the Kilmore side of things are Red Panda, Nymphadora, Bonk's Demise, and Bizkill. Again, super duper defense being played by both of these teams all evening. Aerial Assault able to identify that there would be a problem, and Bay was able to get out, and sure enough, there she goes. Good awareness by Aerial Assault to both pick up the attempted final block there and the star pass. But here comes Bacon, Eggs, and Wheeze fighting against that wall of pink. A lot of shoving going on there, able to make it out and calling it off emphatically with both hands is Bacon, Eggs, and Wheeze. Wheeze. I think I have to say it like that. 4 points, 4 hard-earned points for the Kilmores on that jam. Coming up, jam number 11. Just under 7.5 minutes to go. We've got Katarina Hit 2Ts against Hit List. I feel like I've said that a lot. Guillotina, Blue Barracuda, and Kilroy and Super Hut are going to be attempting to stop Katarina Hit 2Ts from getting through that jam, or getting through that pack. Katarina Hit Double T so sturdy on those toe stops, able to stay in bounds and pick up lead jammer status. Hitless still behind Red Hot Toddy, A Girl Has No Name, Face Melter, and Weird Velshenka B-Word. However, the star does get passed. Here goes Kilroy, picking up a successful star pass. A penalty, however, being assessed to Red Hot Toddy. Katarina Hit doing the "Are You Not Entertained" call-off. We're entertained, Kat. We get it. It's fine. Tweet, 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 tweet. We got a team timeout being called there by the Deltas. They recognize that points are not being scored easily in this particular contest, and it's kind of getting away from them with less than 6.5 minutes to go. Please join us back here on either youtube.com/@North Star Roller Derby for bout number 3 of season 18 at the historic Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. Better yet, you can avoid this nasally nonsense being piped into your ear holes and see it live. Pop on down and grab yourself a seat in the ample seating, ample free parking. We've got adult beverages, we've got kiddie beverages, we've got pretzels and pizza, and most importantly, we've got your favorite roller derby skaters on the track. Another timeout is being called. I'm going to assume it's for track maintenance, as I see a track maintenance person whose name I unfortunately do not know. Not your whistles being rolled out. There it goes. So, who we got out here? We've got a couple of folks in the box. This will be 3 blockers per team. For the Kilmores, it'll be Panda, Ewanwood Army, and Daryl B. Blood. Not Daryl B. Blood, Demise. There we go. Sasbury able to get around. Is that Aerial Assault? That's Aerial Assault, who's just picked up a star pass. Guillotina and Rude Bapple Pie. Sass thought about it, and better safe than sorry, decided to skate on back and avoid that track penalty and suck all the oxygen out of what could have been a power jam for the Deltas. Aerial Assault getting recycled all the way back beyond the jam line. That's that line on the left side of your screen. I heard a small tweet, and I'm seeing a forearm being indicated, and that'll be Sass going to the box. So that will be the Kilmores going to the box, and that'll be a Delta Die Power Jam brought to you by Museum Services. Aerial Assault able to scoot on the inside, being able to avoid then Red Hot Toddy for the defense, excuse me. I'm seeing some fingers being wagged. And I'm seeing some offense being played at the very last second. Brilliant offense there being played, and even more brilliant defense there being played by Red Panda. She knows when her entire team is being quarantined to one side of the track and knows to get all the way back to the other side to be like a safety valve, if you will. Sass able to juke and knife her way through. That's 4 more points for the Kilmores. You hear the Sass contingent directly behind yours truly on the mic. Oh, the effortless pass for the Kilmores, bringing their total up. They got 191 right now to 66 for the Deltas. Pretty solid defense for the Deltas, not able to keep Sass from scoring additional points even after serving that penalty. 4 more points, however, for Aerial Assault. So not empty-handed are the Deltas. They came up with 8 points on that jam. That brings their total up to 70. 95 for the Kilmores. I just hit my knee on one of the pieces under the table, and it's very sharp. and Jacob. So if you are joining us here at the Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum, be wary of where you're putting your knees. The museum services penalty box. No, that's not the museum services. That's the That's the power jam. Come on, Owen, get it together. Lots of chaos. Who's going to take advantage of it? Nymphadora Bonks is trapped on the inside, trying to get back to the outside, but Pop Roxy says no. However, able to squirt on the inside is going to be Nymphadora Bonks, picking up lead jammer status for the Killmores. Lunatics just got a couple more blockers to beat, thanks to some defense from, thanks for some offense from Pop Roxy. However, that went awry, and now Lunatic is going to be picking up a track cut penalty and heading to the box. The last thing that you want is if you're a Deltas fan. Nymphadora Bonks making her way to turn number 3. Tippy towing her way to 4 more points. Lunatic can only sit there and watch with the star cap in her hand. And here comes another attempted scoring pass for Nymphadora Bonks and the offense of, I did just see that skate hit the inside, and there is a track cut penalty being called on Nymphadora Bonks, and loose now is Lunatic. Here comes Lunatic. Already has that initial pass in hand. Weird Val able to hit her all the way out to the outside. Pop Roxy trying to provide some offense. Weird Val sees that that's going to happen. Tries to play some counter offense. There's Face Smelter coming all the way from the back of the pack to make life much, much harder for Lunatic. Nymphadora Bonks able to dance her way through the and then all the way to the outside once more. Here comes an official review. There's likely going to be an official review. Well, this is being called by the Killmores. That's very obvious. What is not very obvious is what they will attempt to be reviewing. My guess is that they're going to challenge that track cut penalty being called that resulted in a power jam for the Deltas. I am, however, only able to speculate. In the meantime, I'll remind you all that if you are watching this and in the Twin Cities metro area, we will be at Gabe's. You may as well don't head out quite yet. You've only got 1 minute and 41 seconds left in this particular period. And afterwards, we will all be going to Gabe's in St. Paul for the after party, where you can, get some memorabilia signed, shake some hands, imbibe and quaff, all that good stuff. Thanks again to Gabe's for hosting the after party here. Thank you all for joining us on youtube.com/@NorthStarRollerDerby. And thanks to all of our attendees here at the historic Lee and Rose Warner Coliseum at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks so much for joining us and supporting North Star Roller Derby, nonprofit, all volunteer run. Thank you also for the Twin Cities Country Dancers. They will be at the Fraternal Order of Eagles Club, post number 34, every Sunday if you want to go ahead and try out some line dancing. You're very welcome, Mama Sass. Thank you for being one of our regular viewers here. It makes me feel not so alone. I know that a few of our league members do go back and review what happened with the footage, because there is footage here, there is valuable stuff, even if I'm just spewing nonsense. But there is a lot of stuff going on out here that we can all benefit and learn from. So, speaking of things that we have all learned, the official review has concluded. The little dot for the Killmores is still blinking. If the dot remains, they were successful. If the dot is removed, they would then be unsuccessful. Guess we're all on a cliffhanger here, but that's a relatively short official review. Love to see that. I've seen official reviews last for 30 minutes, and that's just weird. Just got to get it right, I guess. 5 seconds is called. The whistle is blown, which could be perhaps the final jam of this particular contest. Here goes Katerina hit 2 tees out for lead jammer status, but right behind him is hit list. "11 seconds separate the jam from period clocks. Katerina hit 2 tees, is able to pick up 1 point and start shoving that pack, trying to extend it as much as they can. Hitless trying to get through Red Panda, Red Hot Toddy. Girl has no name. And I do not see who the middle blocker is. Well, that'll be Katerina hit 2 tees, getting up for another 4 points. Katerina hit not able to quite stop the bleeding yet. Oh, that is a demise, excuse me. We got a multiplayer block being called on A Girl Has No Name. Oh, Katerina hit 2 tees, just being jumped into the inside of the track. Ooh, Demise taking a hard fall. Able to get right back up. Love to see that. Very solid blocking there being played by the Deltas. You saw that little pop trying to happen in sync with some copyrighted tunes happening here at the Coliseum. But Katerina hit able to stay in bounds and upright and shove. She just has to last for another 10 seconds before calling it off. And then all is well in green and gold land. Green and orange, camo land. Camo land. Let's call it camo land. She's staring straight at the period clock. As soon as it hits 0, calls it off with both hands, and that will be your unofficial final score. 110 for the Kilmores, 74 for the Deltas, and your 2 victors for this evening will be the Kilmores and the Bangers. Thank you again for joining us here on youtube.com/@Northstar Roller Derby. We will see you next month, December 9th, same channel, same time, same place. Again, please try to make it out here if you can to the Coliseum. We would love to hear and see you. If not, I guess YouTube will do. Please join us also if you can at the after party that will be happening. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to all of you listening at home. My name is Owen Money, and that is exactly how I would have done it. Have a good night.